Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome back to a new release movie review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Little Women, directed by Greta Gerwig. This is her second directorial effort after doing Lady Bird, and this movie is based on the popular novel by Louisa May Alcott. And the cast of this movie is insane. You got Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Florence Pugh, Timothée Chalamet, Laura Dern, and Meryl Streep. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. This movie centers around the March family. After the Civil War, it's about their stories in New England. They're currently struggling getting jobs as well as starting families. This movie explores their lives, marriages, heartbreak, and a very terrible family tragedy that goes on in the film. Greta Gerwig made her directorial debut with Lady Bird, which came out in 2017, which was one of my favorite films of that year. Saoirse Ronan was so fantastic in that movie. Of course, when I found out Greta Gerwig was directing another movie, I was definitely very excited for it, and Little Women had a great cast involved in it. I love Saoirse Ronan, Emma Watson, Florence Pugh, Laura Dern, Meryl Streep, such a great cast involved in this movie. Timothée Chalamet as well. So what did I think of Little Women overall? This is definitely a very good movie all around, and especially on Christmas Day. It's the perfect Christmas Day movie to go see with your family. It does have that entertaining vibe to it. Personally, I think Lady Bird is a better film, but I think Little Women is a really solid second effort from Greta Gerwig. Little Women has some of the best performances of the year in terms of Oscar worthy. You got Saoirse Ronan, Florence Pugh, and Emma Watson were the three standouts for me. Florence Pugh's character was my favorite and the most fleshed out. I really was very caring for her character, and her scenes in this movie are very dramatic, and I really felt for her character and thought she was the most human and well relatable. I can definitely see her getting a Best Actress nomination once again. I thought Saoirse Ronan was so good in this movie as well. She was the really desperate out of the whole family, and the one we're really following the story through, and her character as well has a lot of rocky things going on in this film. Her character is a writer. She writes a lot of books. She's going to this guy to publish her books, and nobody wants to sell them because her books aren't good enough. And she tries to get in relationships and tries to get into marriage level, but she just doesn't want to do it. Her character doesn't feel like that and tries to go a different route. And I really love how this movie explores the messages from the book as well as the messages about the time period it's set in. I can't even imagine what it's like living in this time period and what women went through in terms of marriage, and that you needed to marry a rich man to have a successful life. And I thought Greta Gerwig did a really great job of explaining what went down in the time period, as well as explore the popular parts of the novel that fans are going to eat up. And then we have fantastic supporting performances as well from Emma Watson. I'm really happy to see Emma Watson give a really good performance in a good movie that isn't freaking Beauty and the Beast and The Circle. My God, those are awful movies. Another strong positive for this movie is the production design as well as the costume design in this movie. This is for sure going to win costume design. Like, not even a competition. Like, period pieces always are the front runners for costume design. And my God, the costumes are great as well as the production. There are these big, expensive houses and our characters in really nice dresses. Like, everything production value. The cinematography, some of the best of the year that are definitely going to get Oscar nominations. There are flashback sequences. There's a lot of flashback sequences in this movie. The whole story is told through flashback. In all honesty, I was a little lost in a lot of parts in this movie as far as, you know, when the timeline takes place in the present as well as the past. Like, I was a little bit confused with the timeline in this movie. It's not atrocious or anything, but usually with time travel movies, like sometimes the timeline can be confusing and there's worse timeline parts in other movies, but in here there were just a couple points I was questioning to myself, alright, where does this take place and where are we at now? I'm just a little confused. There was also some other storylines I wanted more from, especially a certain plotline involving a family member. It's barely in the movie. It comes in the last of the second act into the final act where a character shows up. Where I wanted more from, they explain it to us and it's not really shown. In the end, I thought Little Women was a really solid second directed film from Greta Gerwig. It's a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I thought the performances were spectacular. The production design is absolutely amazing. Some little iffy parts in it, but overall, not a bad movie at all. Definitely go check out Little Women. On my rating scale, I'm going to give Little Women a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay guys, that was my thoughts on Greta Gerwig's new film, Little Women. Have you guys seen Little Women yet? And what were your thoughts on the movie if you have seen it? Did you guys love it, think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Let's talk about it down below in the comments. I still got Spies in Disguise to go see. That's the final movie I'm going to see before the end of the year. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see 1917 until next year. So guys, look forward to my end of the year list coming very soon. Thank you guys as always for watching this review. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!